Guys, Purnell's in my office. He'll be right there in a minute, okay?
Hello, am I in the right place?
It's
Very quiet.
Yeah, it is.
Waiting on the president.
Reprinted my notes.
Ashley? Yeah, I can't get in on my other device. I'm on my phone. It's stuck. So I'll be on my cell phone for now.
Okay.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Looks like we're all ready. Clerk, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. All right, the Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021 is now called to order. Andrea, if you please call the roll.
Calling the roll, Mr. Gallagher,
Here.
Mr. Schran,
Here.
Ms. Conwell,
Present.
Ms. Brown,
Here.
Ms. Stevens,
Present.
Ms. Simon,
Here,
Ms. Baker,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Present.
Mr. Sweeney,
Present.
Mr. Tuma,
Here.
and Council President Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Excellent. Andrea, has anyone signed in for public comment?
Yes, Ms. Liu submitted public comment via email regarding COVID-19 testing and the homeless shelter, which was distributed to the council members prior to the meeting.
All right. Can we have a motion to approve our minutes as printed on the agenda for February 9th, the Committee of the Whole meeting and the February 9th regular meeting?
Conwell, so moved.
Second, Brown.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The minutes are approved. At this time, if we have a message, any messages from our county executive?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Am I off mute here? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sure, we can hear you.
Great. That's one thing I still have to learn. Perhaps our most important task right now is to get vaccines into arms. That's crucial to get this pandemic behind us. We've been working closely with the Cuyahoga Board of Health. There's still a terrible shortage of vaccines. And of the vaccines that are available, minorities have not been getting an equitable share. Last year, our Board of Health saw that minorities in underserved areas were not getting a fair share of COVID tests. So you paid $5 million for Metro Health and the Board of Health to provide thousands of tests in underserved areas. Yesterday, the metro counties had a very positive telephone call with the governor. We explained that we needed more vaccines and we needed a greater portion of the available vaccines to be allocated to our boards of health for use in underserved areas. He indicated that the state would be distributing vaccines to counties based on 80% on population and 20% on a poverty factor. And he said that of the vaccines distributed to our counties, more would be allocated to boards of health to target underserved areas. I want to say that we greatly appreciate the governor's responsiveness and look forward to continuing to work with him in a very positive fashion. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. Legislation introduced by council. Consideration of an ordinance of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance 2021-0002, an ordinance providing for modifications to and adoption of the Cuyahoga County Human Resources Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual to be applicable to all county employees.
This item is referred to the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions of council for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved by Gallagher, seconded by Brown. All those in favor say aye.
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 Excellent. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2021-0041, awarding a sum not to exceed $70,000 to the Italian American Brotherhood Club, a nonprofit entity, to create, place, and maintain a sculpture of Cleveland Indians icon Rocco Domenico Colavito Jr. to be erected in the Tony Brush Park in Little Italy, in the city of Cleveland.
Move to adopt.
Second, Conwell.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President, this is, and I would most certainly like to thank Councilwoman Conwell for being the lead on this being her district. This is, I think it's important to stress that this is the casino dollars that the county council is allocated, and for specific uses within portions of our communities that, as I saw it earlier on, would be something used to touch and move people within that community. This project certainly does that with our Italian community in Little Italy, and even other communities that haven't expressed knowledge of Rocky Colavito. I keep saying anyone over 60, and I can't believe I keep saying that number, but anyone over 60 from Cleveland, in Cleveland, certainly remembers and idolized Rocky Colavito, not just for the ball player that he was, but the person that he is. And I think this is an appropriate use of the dollars to help this project finish. Actually, I've been just informed that they've gone over their initial goals. So our dollars, as usual, will be used to finish the project. And the hope is that the unveiling with Rocky would be at the beginning of this coming feast over in Little Italy, and anyone from Cleveland understands the feast. So I would greatly thank any members of council to participate in passing this legislation, and I thank the sponsors that are on there right now.
Thank you, Mike. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2021-0042, approving a revised guardian ad litem fee schedule for the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas Juvenile Division.
Move to adopt.
Second, Brown.
Okay.
Moved by Miller, seconded by Brown. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President, my colleagues, this resolution updates the fee schedule for the guardian ad litem attorneys who work on behalf of our children in DCFS court cases. These fees have not been updated since the start of the new government and are way below recommended standards. The fee increase was approved in December 2019 as part of the current biennial budget, but requires this additional resolution to adopt the new fee schedule. While fees as high as $75 per hour with a maximum of $1,500 per case have been recommended and are in use in some jurisdictions, Council took a moderate approach. The resolution increases the current hourly rate of $50 per hour for in-court services and $40 per hour for out-of-court services to $60 per hour for all services, and the maximum compensation per case is increased from $500 to $1,000. All of these changes being the same as what we budgeted for in the biennial budget. This update is long overdue, and I recommend passage on second reading suspension.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilwoman.
I would like to be a co-sponsor on that. Thank you.
Excellent.
I as well, Mr. President, would like to add my name, Simon.
And Brown, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, if you could add my name as well, too. Thank you.
I'd like my name added as well, sir.
All right.
Thank
Name.
you.
Can add Sweeney, why not?
Yeah.
Gallagher.
All right. Now I'm sticking with the team, so add my name. All right.
Mr. President,
All right.
Mr. President,
You have any other names added? Yes, go right ahead.
thank you, Mr. President. I just want to recognize Dale. Yesterday, when he started talking about this, the excitement from his voice that he was able to get this accomplished, and from the year 2019 to get it done thoughtfully and keep it within the scheduled budget, the biannual budget. I just want to recognize his hard work. That's basically it. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Thank you, Councilman. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0043, approving the appointment or reappointment of various individuals to serve on the Cuyahoga County Soldiers and Sailors Monument Commission Board of Trustees, and it's for a 5-year period, for 5-year terms, of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025. For the following appointments: the Honorable Donald C. Nugent and Matt Prevost. For reappointments, William T. Doyle and John Silvis.
Move to adopt.
Second, Conwell.
Moved by Brown, seconded by Conwell. Any discussion?
Yes, Council President Jones. These individuals came before our Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee meeting last week and demonstrated their sincere willingness to serve in these roles. Also like to point out that all 3, if not all, were a part of the military. And so we want to thank them for their service and willingness to serve in this capacity. And it was unanimously passed out of committee, and I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
Excellent. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Legislation introduced by executive. Consideration of a resolution for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second, Brown.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2021-0054, amending the 2020/2021 biennial operating budget for 2021 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations for appropriation transfers and cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Second, Brown.
Moved and
Mr.
seconded.
President,
Miller?
my colleagues, this is the regular bi-monthly fiscal agenda of budget amendments. Questions were submitted to OBM and the answers circulated to all members. Notable is the appropriation of $4.1 million to the Adams Board for the additional services that were approved in the 2021 budget update, primarily for various forms of crisis intervention and mental health related housing assistance. At this time, I would like to offer a substitute with the concurrence of the administration. The substitute makes only one change to remove appropriation item A, the $2.5 million for the Old Juvenile Justice Center, with the idea to hold that item until we have definitive plans regarding the future use of that facility. The substitute has been distributed to all members. I now move to substitute and ask for a second and recommend approval on first reading suspension as submitted.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Is there any discussion on this proposed substitute? If not, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of adopting the resolution on its merits as substitute, I say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. The resolution and its substitute are adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2021-0055, authorizing an economic development, redevelopment, and modernization loan in the amount not to exceed $1 million to Warner and Swayze LLC for the benefit of a mixed-use real estate redevelopment project for property located at 5701 Carnegie Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
This item will be referred to the Economic Development and Community Planning Committee. And Madam Clerk, please add my name to this item as a sponsor.
Thank you. Duly noted. Resolution 2021-0056, making an award on requisition 2154 to WB Mason Co. Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $2,052,000 for general office supplies and related services for the period April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2024.
And this item will be referred to the Finance and Budgeting Committee.
Resolution 2021-0057, making an award on requisition 2911 to Mental Health Services for Homeless Persons, Inc., doing business as Frontline Service, in the amount not to exceed $868,300 for children who witness violence services for the period February 1st, 2021 through January 31st, 2023.
This item will be referred to the Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee.
Resolution 2021-0058, making an award on requisition 3186 and enter into a membership participation agreement with Chagrin Valley Dispatch Council in the amount not to exceed $1,521,475 for dispatch operation services for law enforcement activities for the period April 28th, 2021 through December 31st, 2022.
This item will also be referred to the Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee.
Resolution number R 2021-0059, confirming the county executive's appointment of Christopher P. Viland Esquire upon his taking the oath of office as Sheriff of Cuyahoga County for the 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2024.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Considering yesterday's discussion, I'm moving this item for second reading adoption at the next council meeting on March 9th. I want to stress that this decision has nothing to do with the candidate, Chris Viland, but has everything to do with the organizational questions that were discussed in yesterday's committee. I have directed our council staff to work with the law department on legislation to clarify the county code regarding the issues discussed yesterday. I do not believe the changes could adequately be addressed in the hours leading up to today's meeting, but I do believe they can be addressed within the next 2 weeks. So again, I just thank you all for your support. At this time, Madam Clerk, if you read our next item into the record.
Resolution 2021-0060, authorizing an amendment to a master contract with various providers for family-centered support services for at-risk children and families for the period January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2020, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2021, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,665,000 for various providers as listed on the printed agenda, items A through J.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2021-0061, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Sharna Sherman to serve on the Cuyahoga Arts and Culture Board of Trustees. It's for the term April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2024.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2021-0062, confirming the county executive's appointment of Suzanne Hamilton to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term March 10th, 2021 through March 9th, 2024.
This item will be referred to Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2021-0063, confirming the county executive's appointment of Ina Jo Davis Chappell to serve on the Metro Health System Board of Trustees for the term March 10th, 2021 through March 9th, 2027.
This item will also be referred to Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2021-0064, confirming the county executive's appointment of Janet Montoya to serve on the Cuyahoga County's Advisory Board on Senior and Adult Services for the term of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2023.
Again, referred to Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Rules are suspended.
Resolution number R 2021-0046, making an award on a purchase order to the safety company doing business as MTech Company in the amount not to exceed $1,227,494.98 for a state contract purchase of two 2020 replacement Gap Vax combination jet vacuum machines and one replacement Q's sewer inspection system truck.
Motion to adopt?
Second, Sweeney.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President, with respect to this piece of legislation, R 2021-0046, this will allow the county's Public Works Department to purchase essential equipment through the state contract purchasing program, and will purchase 3 vehicles for use in the cleaning of sewers, including jet equipment for sewer blockages and vacuum equipment to remove other material from sewers. One is a vehicle with camera attachment. These vehicles are highly technical and expensive, and most communities can't afford to purchase these on their own. And therefore, the counties work with other communities, allows the county to purchase and to charge back to the city for the use of the equipment through the contracts, various contracts. I would ask for my colleagues' support on this, moving this through on second reading suspension.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2021-0047, authorizing an amendment to contract number 609 with Mount Pleasant Now Development Corporation for lease of office space for use by Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Senior and Adult Services for the period October 1st, 2000 through December 31st, 2020, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2025, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,262,000.
Motion to adopt.
Second, Simon.
Oh, sorry. Can I add my name? Brown.
Right, probably moved by Tuma, seconded by Simon. And let's add Councilwoman Chantel Brown's name to this item. All right, is there any further discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, John Myers from Public Works came before the Public Works Committee on February 17th, 2021. This is extending a current lease for space used by Health and Human Services, the Division of Senior and Adult Services. The county's occupied this location for 20 years, and this will add another 5 years to the term in this location. The lease will now be set to expire in 2025. The space is approximately 40,000 square feet, 122 parking spots, and the cost per square foot is $11.26. The county has reduced its lease space at this location in this agreement, and we're asking council to move forward on this so they can move forward on the lease. So appreciate support on second reading suspension.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2021-0048, making an award on requisition 2470 to a master contract with various providers in the total amount not to exceed $514,359.64 for interpretation and translation services for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2022 for the various providers listed on the printed agenda A through C.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. President, the juvenile court presented for the other courts, all these services are necessary for the courts to accomplish their goals as far as dispensing justice. It was heard in committee, and recommendation is adoption.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2021-0049, authorizing an amendment to agreement number 228 with the Metro Health System for correctional health care services for detainees of the Cuyahoga County Jail System for the period May 9th, 2019 through May 8th, 2022. To expand the scope of services, to add physical therapy services, and to change the terms to modify the Medicaid rate calculations for professional and technical fees, effective March 9th, 2021, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $3,027,040.
Move to adopt.
Second, Simon.
Mr. President, this item was heard in committee. These are for physical therapy services that Metro is now going to be providing, and it allows them to effectively charge for the fees through Medicaid that they're able to collect. The recommendation is adoption.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0050, authorizing a purchase and sale agreement with Cleveland American Land LLC and Holdings Cleveland American Land LLC in the amount of $76,000 for the property located at 10991 Memphis Avenue in Brooklyn, Ohio, portions of permanent parcel numbers 431-05-005 and 431-05-008.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, with respect to this legislation, Sarah Kamek of Board of Development came before the Public Works Committee to explain this. And this is property that's part of the old American Greetings location in the city of Brooklyn. The property is being used by the Board of Developmental Disabilities as the Brooklyn Adult Activity Center. The location here, the parcel, I should say, is being sold is a small triangular piece owned by the Board of Developmental Disabilities that is needed for the driveway of a new business tenant there. And the proceeds of the sale will go to the Board of Developmental Disabilities, but the county will receive 4% of the amount for its work on the contract. And procedurally, the sale was already approved by the Developmental Disabilities Board of Trustees on January 28th, 2021. And Mayor Gallagher in the city of Brooklyn is also in favor of this project moving forward. And I would ask for my colleagues' support on this as well on second reading suspension.
Right, all those in favor say aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, question, go
Right.
right ahead.
I just want my name added if you don't mind, because it's in the district that I have the privilege of representing.
All right, let's add Councilman Sweeney's name.
Mr.
Thank you.
Chair, may I get a clarification on who the second was by?
Sharon,
Thank you.
I'll relinquish my second.
Thank you.
Again, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0051, confirming the county executive's appointment of Andrew Jackson to serve on the Cleveland Cuyahoga County Port Authority's Board of Directors. It's for the term March 1st, 2021 through February 28th, 2025.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. Council President, if I may, this was heard in the Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee meeting. Mr. Jackson demonstrated enthusiasm and a willingness to serve in this capacity, and I just respectfully request my colleagues' support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it.
Resolution 2021-0052, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Carlin N. Culbertson to serve on the Child Abuse and Child Neglect Regional Prevention Council of the Ohio Children's Trust Fund, representing the Great Lakes region for the term January 24th, 2021 through January 23rd, 2023.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Any
Council
discussion?
President, this item was also heard in the Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee meeting and was supported by the committee, so I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
All right,
Mr.
all those in
President.
favor say aye.
Mr. President,
Yes,
Aye.
go right ahead. Say, I did not hear that.
I think Councilman Miller was trying to get a word in. Councilman Miller?
yes.
Councilman Miller, the floor is yours.
Mr. President, thank you. And my colleagues, as chairperson of the Great Lakes Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Council, I highly recommend Carlin Culbertson for reappointment to the Prevention Council. He has been an outstanding member. As a CPA with a personal foster care background, he brings a unique business perspective and often gives us a different perspective while doing so in a very helpful and collaborative way. So I strongly recommend his reappointment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. So with that, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it.
And Mr. President, could you please have the clerk add my name to this item?
As well as mine, Martin Sweeney.
Madam Clerk?
Duly noted.
All right, you may
Okay.
read the next item.
Resolution 2021-0053, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Jennifer Rosich to serve on the Cuyahoga County Advisory Board on Senior and Adult Services for the term January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second, Miller.
Thank you, Councilman Miller. Council President, this item was also heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee meeting and was passed unanimously, so I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Resolution is adopted. Committee reports and consideration of a resolution for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2021-0034, making an award on requisition 2931 to Wilhelm Roofing Co., Inc. in the amount not to exceed $3,282,328 for a roof replacement on the Harvard Avenue Maintenance Facility located at 2501 Harvard Avenue in Newburgh Heights, Ohio.
Motion to adopt?
I'll second. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, this is a contract with Wilhelm Roofing to replace the roof at the Harvard Road Garage. In addition to replacing the 5 separate roofs, solar panels will be added. This will require additional support that the current structure cannot sustain. And the work will cover 194,000 square feet of area. Some important information here. The inspection of the roof showed immediate need for repair. It was installed originally in 1994, and the initial estimate of the roof did come in far below the 5.2 million initially put forth. There were 6 bids received. Willem was the lowest and the best bid. All agreed to project goals of SBE, FBE, and MBE, and the solar panels would cover 75% of the roof. 4 other county buildings already have a solar array installed, and this will be the largest county solar installation to date. And the project will be set to begin in March of 2021 and conclude in the fall of 2021. And I would ask for my colleagues' support on this important project.
All right, thank you for that, Councilman Tuma.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, please add my name to this resolution.
Mr. President, I would like to have my name added as well. Thank you.
I would
All right.
like my name added, Simon.
Mhm. All right. Madam Clerk, you got those names?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it. This resolution is adopted. Consideration of an ordinance for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance 2021-0003, amending section 202.04 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish a division of public utilities within the Department of Public Works.
All right, this item will be referred to the committee of the whole. Consideration of an ordinance for third reading adoption.
Ordinance 2021-0001, enacting section 208.04 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish a Cuyahoga County Diversion Board to serve as a resource for information and advice on operation of and to provide recommendations and input goals, strategies, and programs of the Cuyahoga County Assessment and Diversion Center.
Mr. President, I would move to
Councilman,
adopt
I'm sorry,
with the
Councilman
under-
Gallagher, before you go forward, I want to take a moment and have one of our staff just to give a little insight into this item.
Good afternoon, Council President Trevor Meckler, council staff. If you recall, council members, this ordinance was held 2 weeks ago. The day prior to the council meeting, the county prosecutor reached out to Councilman Gallagher as well as Council President Jones regarding his request to see if the prosecutor's office, the administrative and presiding judge of the Common Pleas Court General Division, and the public defender can have a board seat on this board. The council president talked with all 3 of those entities, and before you is a proposed substitute that would take the 7-member board, which 5 of the members were appointed by the county executive and 2 by the council president, to a 9-member board. 4 of them would be appointed by the county executive, 2 of them by the council president, 1 of them by the county prosecutor, 1 of them by the county public defender, and the last one being appointed by the administrative and presiding judge of the Common Pleas Court General Division. So it takes it from a 7 to 9-member board. The initial terms of the board members are staggered to get to 3-year terms after the initial terms. So everything else stays the same except for increasing the board seats and keeping them staggered, so then we can get into a 3-year cycle.
Thank you for that, Trevor. Councilman Gallagher, if you would like to have your comments at this time.
Yes, President, I would move the original legislation forward with the understanding that we'll be substituting the original.
Okay. So with that, again, that motion to accept the
Second.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion on the proposed substitute? If not, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right. Any further discussions? Not all those in favor of adopting the resolution on its merits as substituted, say aye.
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 Mr. Chair, may I get a clarification on who's second? the approval of the adoption of the item.
Conwell's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, if not. All right, all those in favor for again accepting the entire resolution, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, the ordinance is adopted. Are there any miscellaneous committee reports?
Mr.
Council
President.
President, this is Chantel, Councilwoman Brown. I'd like to let folks know that the items that were referred today will occur at our regularly scheduled Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee meeting, which is next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Mr. President, if I might, the Public Works Committee will meet next Wednesday at a regular scheduled time to go over the items referred to committee today. Thank you.
Mr. President, Economic Development will meet at our regularly scheduled time on Monday.
Mr.
Safety,
President. Go ahead, Mike.
safety 1 o'clock Tuesday. Sorry.
Mr. President, HHS March 3rd committee at 1 o'clock. We'll have a presentation from May Dugan Center, Brandy Carney on the opioid funds update, as well as the legislation that was sent today. Thank you.
Mr. President, my colleagues, I'm still working on time for the next finance and budget meeting, but it will be on a regular Monday, 1 p.m. time.
All right, if that's all the reports, is there any miscellaneous business?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Conwell.
I just wanted to ask, when was the next committee of the whole? I know Andrea reached out, if she could say that for the record.
Right. I actually left that out because it was not officially confirmed yet. We'll allow the
Gotcha.
staff a moment to get it together and we will shoot out the appropriate emails and calendar appointments.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments?
Mr. President.
Councilman Miller.
Thank you. I rise to share a somewhat different perspective about the role of county sheriff. Yes, the charter amendment does and rightfully affords the sheriff greater independence than an at-will position. However, having an appointed sheriff, even with term limits set, clearly intends that the executive and sheriff work together to express and carry out a unified vision on public safety. Seeking greater clarification of the role can't hurt, but the clarification will be one of degree and emphasis, not a choosing between polar opposites. One other comment, I would just note that my colleague, Councilman Sweeney, kindly mentioned my work on the Guardian at litem, but I would also mention that Councilwoman Simon and others of my colleagues also worked very hard on this, and I appreciate their assistance and collaboration. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilman Miller. If nothing else holds our attention.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question on a piece of legislation passed?
Right ahead, Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just with the addition of the 7 members to the 9 members and the county executive going from 5 to 4, is the county executives in concurrence with this piece of legislation?
Yeah, I can respond to that. I know he's on, I believe, as well. But we did send the legislation to both him and his chief of staff, Bill Mason, and Bill through the county executive, I believe, signed off on that. But I believe Armin's on the Zoom as well.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Councilman Sweeney. The answer is yes. I think it's an improvement and we'll be able to move forward well. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer and your cooperation with this piece of legislation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry I didn't ask at the appropriate time, but I didn't know it was going to be passed under suspension. I'm still getting a handle on all this. Thank you.
It's all right, Councilman. Any other miscellaneous? If not, all right, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank
All right,
you.
have a good evening, everyone.
See you later.